Economically, it's said that about 100 million or more is being spent on a state election, like a governorship election.
It's not 100 million, it's 300 million.
It's 300 million.
Yes.
I wanted to be
conservative
with my analysis of the economics of our elections. And you can just imagine how much Nigeria would have spent today on this Rivers rerun election.
You see, Karl Marx discussing political economy. You know what he said? He says that consciousness does not define our being. Rather, it is the social being that defines the consciousness of men. What does it mean? These are people who are conscious, their social environment is where money, prevails. The language is cash and naked power. So that's the reality of Rivers before now. So what's going to happen build up to the elections? Are they going to change that pervading consciousness?
The narrative of militarization of some people say we should not even be finding military at all. No military man or rather should even be found in an election.
You can have that conversation to the detriment of even those of us who are working on it.
I'm telling you.
If you sit in the comfort of your channel studio, you can make that kind of comment.
Not when you are in LMA.
If you were in Gokana like you were,
yes, you were in Gokana.
In all honesty, make an argument that there should not be military
or LMA
or LMA.
Okay, or maybe we should talk about the number of deployments.
No. What I'm saying is that we must start a conversation that helps us to incrementally come to a point where we start de-emphasizing. But the present condition is such that you cannot...
That's exactly the question, because people are asking, the police is the civil arm of our security apparatus that should be able to handle it.
Have you seen how
if our elections have gone so bad...
You want me to be frank with you? Everywhere you go to observe elections, if it's the police that is there,
people hiss at them.
Those massing, those young people that have no concern
with the police.
That's the truth, and everybody knows what I'm saying.
We're field workers, so this is what we have seen over and over.
The truth is that, incidentally, whatever the police has done to come to that point where
telling you,
people who want to make them no longer respect them. Today we are celebrating the fact that we didn't see begging policemen until we are again shocked. Until we again shocked to come to a point your boys are here. Any system that runs with your boys are here mentality is incapable of maintaining law and order.
Yes.
And so you have a people who understand their role. Like I said, I don't know about the ones who are doing job for politicians, but the guys who were on the road maintaining peace, checking boots of vehicles, were civil and professional.
Okay, let's listen to some other voters this time around from Obiakpo. Obiakpo, of course, you will know that he became very popular in Rivers politics. Obiakpo is a local government area in Rivers State, and some of these voters whom we talked to, Obiakpo, the conduct in that area seemed to be a good one from the coverage of Channels Television in that area. We'll take a listen to what these voters have to say about the process.
It's very fair, and there's no problem. It's moving accordingly how you're supposed to move. There's no problem here. Everybody will come and vote, accredit and vote and go, leave the place and go, hang around. After this one, after we'll have about 1 hour 30 minutes now. After 1 hour 30 minutes, that's why if they vote, they will go outside and stand outside and wait for them to count their votes.
Did they start early?
Yeah, they started early. They come here around 7:30 to 8. That's when they started.
Which ward is this?
This is Ward 6, and it's Obiakpo local government. And this is the Unit 11.
Well, thank you so much for staying with us. Those are the comments from some voters in Obiakpo, local government area of Rivers State. Let's continue the conversation on the assessment of the role of security agents in these Rivers rerun election. Some of my guests, one of my guests is really not happy with the role of the police in some areas where he called them "your boys are here" mentality. Esther,
Yes.
is totally aghast about that kind of attitude of the begging police, according to him. But on a general outlook, does it look calm in most of the places you visited, for example, compared to what we've seen before? You guys ran away in the other elections.
It
was so tense that a lot of observers wouldn't want to come around here, and it tells you how volatile this environment could be politically.
One thing you will not take away from Rivers, I keep emphasizing it, is that non-state actors are here. But the Nigerian state, it does appear, has risen to the occasion. You can enjoy your frivolity, your excesses. You can be lord of the manor until the state decides to say, listen, thus far and no further. And when the state decides to stop you, come on. History is rife with such however, what we saw generally was, we saw some very excellent professional soldiers, but we're also getting reports, of people colluding, you understand, security agencies colluding to do all sorts. These are reports we're getting, but it has not really been, we can't say who is doing what at this moment. In fact, it's part of the reasons we're not issuing a statement yet at the Nigerian civil society situation. The events are still unfolding, facts are still coming in, so we don't know who, because here, it is not strange in this place to see people, dress up in military uniforms and do all sorts. It is not a strange thing in Rivers State. So we don't know who is doing what, but we're having such reports and we're watching it, and then eventually
would you say that security in this election is such that one can say it's a pass mark?
I keep saying that we need to distinguish. Does the police have the responsibility of going to assist politicians to condone off a polling area, take out the materials? That is a criminal activity.
Clearly.
So I can't put that on the doorstep of security agencies. It will be demeaning to do that. I would want to see what I know is the role of the police, security agencies during elections, which is to maintain law and order. In some relative sense, if it were not for security agencies, many of the places that are already notorious for crisis were put under under lockdown.
Yes.
And that is why you are able to, even within some of the places, Eleme, Tai, Toguro, that everybody knows you are seeing some level of, you are hearing shooting.
Yeah.
Yes, there are reports of fatal shooting and all the rest of them. But at least from the records, even from the reports that we get,
been contained.
It's been contained. I want to say, for the ones who were maintaining law and order on the roads, they were civil, they were professional. For these ones who reports are saying are doing all sorts of things, I don't want to give the credit that it is any serious security. If there are people who are involved in that, I thought that they should have been arrested and unmasked.
One of these incidents which happened where we were is that some of the security operatives that were with us were doubting the genuineness of some of the security agents.
Exactly.
It got to that point, and the police officer was telling us that he wasn't sure if that other man is a policeman.
No.
So, but they also help it, because when you have
such doubts,
somebody who is a policeman, who the only thing I'm not talking during elections, when he does not wear uniform, all he wears is a T-shirt that says he's SAS. There's a problem.
We saw a whole lot of that.
Yes, without
that we saw men with guns and they were just wearing.
No, that's what I'm saying. On the express, you just drive your vehicle and then people accost you on the road. They don't have any uniform. They have no name tag. All that you see on them is SAS. Anybody can produce a T-shirt.
It's a sad scenario, isn't one, Esther?
No,
that a colleague of mine,
yes.
Charles Oruka, was stabbed. He was stabbed at the jugular. He escaped death just by whiskers. And in this same state, is where we're talking about where we were setting up or where we had our live equipment. We had nothing less than 20 gunshots where we were.
Exactly.
And it just brings that sad feeling again and again what sort of environment is this?
No. The truth of the matter is this. Before now, let me re-echo it. People, there were lots in charge of affairs, but the state has risen to the occasion, but with minimal involvement. Save for the presence, the heavy presence, and then the confusion of, is this person for real? Is this person one of us? Why were they having that? Because before now, people dress up and, there are people, imposters of security agencies, and they thrive.
Okay, as we round up now, your final thought is still a day of election. We're looking forward to seeing the results in the coming hours. What do you see? Just in a few seconds before.
Well, I like to see credible results. I like to see results that INEC can beat his chest and say these results were actual reflection of what happened at the polling units.
Yes.
That is important for me. I look forward to that. But I think that the industry, the violence industry that is thriving in this environment needs to be shut down.
All right,
Yes.
Esther, your thoughts?
Yes, I also want to see a process, the involvement, or connivance, the reports we are getting of security agencies, it must be interrogated.
Very much. Esther Uzoma, many thanks. And Nwagwu, many thanks, guys, for coming on the program. That's it. That's it for now. We still continue to cover and for you, give you updates and details of what is coming out of this exercise. We're yet to hear from INEC the reasons for some of the lapses we've seen today in this election. What is the state of things? We hope to be able to get answers to all of these questions. Many thanks for being part of it. I'm Sean Wakimale on behalf of the team. Bye for now.